Howdy, welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and kick off a solo queue game on the main. See if we have to dodge or not. Sorry for sleeping in a bit. My daughter just kept wanting to hang out earlier when I was trying to sleep. So I just did not get as much sleep as I usually do. There's also a rainstorm here. So if the power goes out, that's probably what happens if I don't come back within, 5 or 10 minutes, something like that, then the power probably just got knocked out. So it was raining pretty hard earlier. I haven't seen the lights flicker or anything, but just throwing that out there. Just so you guys know what happened. Hey, what's up, Gassy? What's up, Kamoy? Okay, this dude's tilted. Guys, play useful champions. Picks jungler that's like 46% win rate. It's been nerfed numerous times. That has no CC or anything useful. Putrefier. Yeah, if you take Font of Life, it can work. Putrefier on Annie. Especially Annie support. I might try to see if I can get Seraphine in some games. If I'm like first or second pick. But if I'm a late pick, I don't want to risk it. This guy's been watching too much Tyler 1. With the Karthus bottom, I think. I mean, hopefully he's really good at it, but... I mean, the dude asking for people to play useful champs is actually pretty good on Graves. He's 13-1 on him, so... Okay, fair enough. Okay, good job, Kamoy. They're always going to have some sort of healing on their team. It would be extremely rare to play against a team this day and age that does not have healing. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if they don't have any healing on their team or not a significant amount, then you can... It depends on the champ. You can skip Putrefier, but... Like, Moonstone, Gore Drinker are definitely huge healing. But then even sometimes just if they take... Okay, Pike mid then. Fucking douchebag. I mean, it just depends, like everything else. But, even stuff, just like if you go Conquer, Triumph, Ravenous Hunter or something on some champs, on like an Irelia who's going to get Blade of the Ruined King, like maybe that's enough, right? So there's just so many little runes and items and interactions that might give enough healing to where that would matter. Like this game, Silas just with Fleet, if he goes W max, Depends on, like, Maokai is really not giving up that much to get it. Like, he likes all of the stats on it. But if you were playing something like, You know, Seraphine bottom, you would probably want to get Staff of Flowing Water second before you considered it third. It's like, I understand, this guy, like, I know that most people who are paying attention are going to notice that it's Pike middle. This guy's like, no shit, dude, I thought it was somebody else. It's like, yeah, if you're paying attention and if you're thinking, hey, thanks, Kamoy. Yeah, it really does. Then, of course, you're going to notice that it's Pike mid. But sometimes people aren't paying attention, right? Like, maybe, you know, somebody would just glance at it who's listening to their music and is zoned out or whatever and is thinking, okay, it's going to be Silas, you know, mid, who locks that in. And then there's like, oh, crap, I wasn't paying attention. I thought Pike was the support, right? So sometimes I just like to throw that stuff out there if it's something that's off meta or a little weird, just so that, just for the people that may not be paying attention. So. Any predictions for 11.4? Well, I don't have any data on that right now. I mean, they are nerfing the jungle from what I understand. Unless you know more info about that than I do. I haven't seen anything else about it, so... Just trying to zone him off with the cannon so I can walk up to the cannon with that seed. If he flashes and goes on Karthus or something like that, then I'm just gonna lock up the Kaisa. Okay, your dude's right there. Probably didn't need to flash that at the end there. That's big stack. I can probably get one plate off of this. I don't have any mana though. Alright, I guess he didn't want to do it. Relic just gives you better, like, guaranteed stacks. You don't really need, like, the mana early is nice, but it's just harder to get your stacks. Especially if you're going to get Putrefier later. Come on, dude. It's red buff versus dragon, man. Alright, come on. Karthus is getting zoned while we do this. Come on. Just shut up and go. Okay, yeah, we can dive this. He's gonna hook. Okay. Alright. Though we're still denied a lot of CS to the Kaisa. Pyke is getting a lot of kills, which sucks, but is what it is. At least we're keeping up in other positions. Relic gives passive healing. It doesn't give healing per stack that you get. I think that's what Gassy might have been talking about. So Relic gives 25% of your base health regen, but no mana regen, versus Frostfang gives you mana regen, but no health regen. But it does not heal you per proc. It used to give you base health regen and healing per proc, just to clarify. So it's not as much sustain as it used to be, but it's still more than Frostfang. But I mean, a big part of it is it's just so much easier to walk up and hit minions than it is to hit the enemy sometimes, so... They're very close. I mean, I don't think it's a huge deal on Maokai which one you get. We're still zoning them off of the wave, or off of some waves. Okay, he should have Alistar, I think. But it's probably going to be an int. Yeah. If I would have just maybe thrown the seed... God, they use so many resources to kill that Karthus, though. If I would have just thrown a seed in the bush randomly instead of close to the Udyr, it may have been able to kill one of them later. I was just gonna take a shot. How did she not take a shot off that? Come on. Hmm. Yeah. Oh shit, really? Okay, so it was a 3 for 2. Damn, if I had my potion ticking, maybe I could have outplayed part of that. Or at least spread out to where Alistar couldn't hit me and Karthus on the same rotation there. Malphite came in full health when I saw him. Maybe he was sitting in the fountain when he started the TP. Real? Shit. Well, I guess we're losing this. That did no damage to Ali? He didn't have Locket or anything. Okay, well, that was really bad for us because they also get Rift. He should not have forced that dragon until we had better vision control of the area, but I should have just let him die. Yeah, I just thought we were going. I thought we had dude caught out, but we just didn't have the numbers. I just didn't interpret the minimap correctly there. Yeah, I think the Alistar roared, but Karthus' ult just looked like it did stone cold nothing. I thought maybe he procced Locket or something, but he didn't. It just didn't do any damage. Come on. Oh my god, real? Dude, how much was that execute? 550? Jesus Christ. I don't know. I need to wake up. I thought that was someone on our team that was there. I didn't realize it was like 4v2 middle. I thought the person who was on our side of the jungle was us. Out of the corner of my eye. I need more health here, because... I guess I don't know what I want to get. I'll just go ahead and get this. I thought it was Graves or something that was like right here, but it was someone on their team. Well, Pyke has like no wave clear, but neither does Fizz, so... He's just very good at roaming. It's like you're gonna like hard lose your lane most of the time, but you gotta make up for it with roaming. I think I do have to probably go some kind of health just so I don't get executed for 50% of my HP off a Pyke. They're gonna dive him, most likely. Yeah. Not a lot he can do about that. Our team should have been up there instead of everybody just like randomly rotating bottom. Like, that should have been pretty obvious to everybody that they were all gonna go top and dive him. That's the only tier 1 left. But like, nobody moved. Might just go Putrefier anyways. Maybe we thought that we couldn't really, like, contest them or something. Okay. Really wish someone would have come up here and taken this farm other than me, but I guess I can do it. I mean, I could go Demonic Embrace also. Yeah, they're gonna... Yeah. I mean, maybe we can still outscale. Hashtag outscale. Alright, backing up. Yeah, so he not only took the cannon from me, but he missed it himself. That's always a real feels bad. Well, so much for everyone on our team being like 80%. Well, Pyke is really bad right now in mid most of the time. Like, if he's not 9-0, he's bad. So I wouldn't run him. But, like, I would just rather run Fizz or Zed or something like that. Because he's been nerfed so many times for mid lane. Holy. The Silas, though. Oh, support? Yeah. I mean, he's alright. You just have to be really far ahead. It's a similar type of story. It's like, he looks great when he's, you know, 9-0. But when he's not, it's just like his items are just way too expensive to deal with. Alright, I might just... I guess I'm gonna go for this. Like, Not having the mana regen is going to kind of feel bad, but I need to just not die. Like, that's first and foremost. I got to quit dying in these fights, and they just have so much damage. Yeah, his kit's really good. He's just been nerfed over time. I mean, the biggest thing is there's just not a really good selection of AD items right now. Like, they buffed Umbral to where it's a little bit better, but they need, like, at least a few items that are more support-ish that, you know, are priced at, like, 2,500 gold. And they need to make it to where it has good utility. You need to make sure that it has good utility, but, like, not good enough stats where solo lanes want it, which is hard to balance. The Graves. How the hell was I supposed to know they'd be that far ahead of us? Why don't you go magically place wards, like, really far ahead of them against a 10-0 Pike? So annoying when you're behind, when people just think that you can just magically place wards wherever you want. So if I didn't have those people there with me, I would have just died, basically. That's why, like, you have to really start warding as a group, because they're going to have wards everywhere. That's what you have to understand, is when you're losing, especially at this elo bracket, when you start getting into high platinum, low diamond, like, there's going to be wards everywhere. So you can't walk, like, it's not safe to walk through those wards to try to go place your own wards unless you have pressure. Unless they're sacrificing something to come deal with you. If they just get to come kill you for free for walking on their wards, then it's not going to be worth, you know? The Graves just keeps dying, and he just doesn't get it. He's the guy, I think, that had the bad attitude in Champ Select. I don't know if we can fight them. I'm still totally not sold on this Karthus ADC business either. Like, yeah, he does kind of scale in a late, but you just have, like, no threat early. He's dead again. Kill the Pike, kill the Pike! How do we not have enough damage to kill the Pike? Because we have Karthus, that's how. It's like, he does damage when he's dead, but Pike's gonna heal for 1 billion once he goes invisible. I don't know, the dude was already, like, good on something. I don't remember what it was, Jhin or something. It's like, why wouldn't you just play Jhin? I know that Tyler 1 has been a fan of playing, like, these weird-ass mages and things bottom. But it's like, ADCs are actually pretty damn good if you play the good ADCs right now. If you play, like, you know, the big 4, then they're actually pretty good. If you're playing, like, Kai'Sa, Jhin, Misfortune, Samira, like, and you're good on those champs, they're good. It's not like you have to play mages bottom. It's like, Karthus is a good pick to play bottom if you're, like, not good at ADC. Pretty much. It's like, alright, I'm gonna die a lot, but at least I can press R. But it's like, this guy, at least statistically, was pretty good, you know? And frankly, like, Tyler 1 was pretty good at ADC too, so I really don't understand. unless like I wasn't following their Twitch rivals or whatever, but like if your team really, really has to play all AD and you really, really need AP, yeah. Yeah, I can't clear any of that. Tom Kench is the lowest win rate. Probably mainstream support. Like Twitch support might have lower. But yeah, I mean, TK's been the worst support for like at least 2 years now. I mean, like I said, if you're like auto-filled from another role and you're just like a super good Cassiopeia, or, you know, if there's like a special situation, sure, like I don't think that APs are impossible to play, but I think especially if you're experienced on AD carry, then they're decent. Okay. I don't know. I mean, that's the best we're gonna get. Like a 2.6 second root on the alley and no one even touches him. I get he's alley, like you don't want to use a lot of resources, but at least make him blow his ult, like. I felt like, the reason I ulted there was I felt like there were going to be a lot of other people around, and I did such a broad ult that I was really hoping that I'd grab some more people that were not expecting it in the dark, maybe. Dude, they have so much resistance to our team right now. Like, they have Bubble on Silas, Bubble on Pike, and then Alistar, and, like, Udyr with all tank items. So that pretty much nullifies Malphite. And Pike even took Sterix also. This is just a disaster. This is just a meme game. It's like Professor versus live game, which happens from time to time. I mean, I didn't play like super well either. I definitely made some mistakes too. Like, there were a couple plays earlier I just zoned out. Like that play middle where I went on the Kaisa and for some reason I thought that person was on our team. That was bad. So, you know, this was a pretty bad game for me too. Not as bad as it looks statistically. It's just one of those games where I'm just going to get run down and killed, but I did overextend when they sent 4 people bottom. Like once or twice, and there were some bad things. It's definitely lower than average, but it's one of those things where when you're versing Udyr and a really fed Pike and stuff like that, like, you're just going down with the ship a lot, unfortunately. Huh. I did more damage than the Graves and the Fizz. I didn't even complete a second item. That is actually pretty sad. Because it's like, if Graves is not doing damage, what's he doing? You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have any CC. And what's the problem? Alright, we'll wait a second. So hopefully we don't get them on our team. It just, I mean, mostly because he's tilted. Everybody has a bad game, but I don't know. We definitely got diffed there. Wait, someone on our team said you're not even D4? Like, no one on our team is D4. If it's this Graves talking, he wasn't, I mean, it's obviously like a Smurf account. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously from Poke. Not really a ton in lane. I mean, some, but I mean, damage is damage. But I bring a lot. First of all, I have way less gold. Like, how much gold did I have that game, though? So Graves had, like, almost 50% more gold than I did. But yeah, I had like 25% more damage than he had. And I just do a lot more stuff, right? Like, I provide way more vision than he does. I provide way more CC than he does. So, like, I just have a lot more utility than he does. And I have, you know, half the gold. Or maybe like a third less gold. I mean, that just can't happen. Like, if you're playing Graves, you got to go big because you can't do anything else, right? At least Karthus did a lot of damage, right? I mean, he does have guaranteed damage on his ult, but that's what you're paying for. I mean, that's what you got to think. Like, how useful are you? How much impact did you have on the game potentially for the amount of resources you were given, right? So I was lower level. I got a lot less experience. I got a lot less gold. But yet still did way more damage, way more CC, way more vision, all this stuff. So, I don't know. It's fine. It's not like it's just Graves, but Graves is the guy, I believe, was the one who was talking trash in lobby and just has the big ego and is like racist or nationalist, I guess, against Chinese people in the post-game chat. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, I didn't have a great game. I should not have died to the repeat gank with 4 people bottom. I should have suspected that was going to come in there. And then there were a couple of times where I just misread the situation. I think I went in on Dragon when we weren't committed to that fight. And then I went in on mid lane because I like, out of the corner of my eye, I saw someone come out of our jungle. And I thought it was one of our people. And Kai'Sa was out of bounds or offsides. But I was the one who was offsides. Because I had vision set up in the river. I didn't have vision deep in our jungle, ready for what I think was Udyr to come out of our jungle. So, but it's fine. But yeah, I mean, it's when you're thinking about champions, you know, and what's strong and what's not. You have to think, all right, what is it like? How well does it operate on certain levels of resources, and are they getting those levels of resources they need to be effective? So, like, really high damage champs like Graves or Master Yi and stuff like that has, like, no CC and doesn't have any buffs for your team and just doesn't do anything other than damage. You know, they need to have really high farm, and they need to have, like, really high damage. Yeah, I mean, I should have probably reported him for the Chinese comment. It wasn't like super far over the top, and China's not a race, it's a nation. I mean, yeah, I think, I don't know. Maybe the line's blurry on that, but I don't know. Maybe I should report him for it, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, on paper it looked good. Everyone was on roll, I think. Whereas this time it looks like we have 2 auto-filled maybe, but it really doesn't matter that much. I mean, I didn't play my best, so, you know. At least we didn't play super well and lose. Those are the ones that feel the worst. Although we do have, like, all diamonds on our team, but that means that they probably have negative win rates, which they do. I guess the D3 guy doesn't. I don't know what's going on there. But that's good. Dude, I have a Chinese student in my class, and man, he was telling me over there that like in their middle school, he said that they have to be at school at 5:30 in the morning, and then they don't get home until 10:30 at night, and they have homework. And I think they go 6 days a week with that schedule. You know, they in class like 15 hours a day or something. Or 16 or whatever the hell that number is. There might be a break in between there or something. I don't really know. I didn't ask him a lot, but we were just talking in classroom discussion, and he was mentioning, I don't remember what came up, but he said, oh man, so much of it's propaganda. He moved over to the United States when he was in elementary school, and he was just kind of recalling some of these things. He said there is no AP class or CP or all this. And then I just kind of laughed and I said, it's all AP, isn't it? He's like, yeah, and started laughing. He's a cool guy, man. I have several good students this semester. I pretty much always do. Occasionally there's one or two that are, you know, maybe a little disinterested in the class, but well, I banned Seraphine, so. Alright, what are we on here? Mind games. Is this guy... Okay, he's sort of off-rolled, but he's alright on it. Yeah, everyone else other than the jungler is... D. Gunner never plays Galio, but Galio's good. My god, is 22% on Aphelios? Okay, someone dodged. I was very tempted to dodge that. Is that even productive? I don't know. I mean, they do score better on tests than America does, but a lot of places do. He said you can just, like, keep failing, too. Like, they will not... If you do not get the material, if you do not do well enough, he said there is no, like, you just get passed along. He said, you know, sometimes if you're like 9 and you're in first grade or something because you failed it 3 times, he's like, you're going to be 9 in first grade. So I don't know. I'm not expert enough in sort of their system of education to really like comment too in depth. I think at a certain point, like the No Child Left Behind philosophy, I think they've abandoned somewhat those principles. I'm not like an expert in those different policies, like the very specifics of them. But passing kids along, the thing is, like, there's a certain level of maturity or something, right? Like, you don't want like a high school age kid in with your elementary school kids, sort of, probably. Yeah, I mean, there is a level of that. There are remedial classes, though, in the U.S. that are kind of designed for people that are behind on certain skills, right? So if someone is just really, like, not getting it with math, for example, they could be on, like, a, 2 grades down in math, but if they're, like, okay in English or something like that, then they can be on grade in English. So they have, like, different scales. Definitely in math they do, because that's one of the subjects that is really divisive, right? Some people are really good at it, and some people just really aren't. And then English and, science and stuff like that, there are different scales as well. So you move up, sort of... Isn't this why American schools are churning out morons? Well... You'd be surprised. I mean, I deal with mostly college kids, so they're going to be, like, pretty good in their class for the most part. But I think the biggest thing, it's not that a lot of kids in the United States can't pass, like, basic math and reading and stuff. That is kind of a problem. But I think a lot of it is just... just not really investing in critical thinking as far as like if you're thinking the population doesn't have critical thinking. That's not what a lot of, I think, the schools really encourage. There's some of that, but they're encouraging people to try to do well on tests, which is a certain kind of, education, but it's not, sometimes it's not the best for cultivating critical thinking. Because a lot of the populace does not want real critical thinking. Right, because people who really critical think are much harder to advertise to and sell stuff to and to indoctrinate and to just really steer however you want to steer them. Not to be like too conspiratorial or whatever, but it's just much harder if you're in the business of trying to manage a population. It's much harder to manage people who have really a high level of critical thinking. And parents don't want that either, because then their kids might challenge the stuff that they've told them their whole life, right? Well, I mean, yeah, you don't need to know the word problem of like, okay, if one train's headed towards another train, or like you're saying, like a trigonometry problem like that, but it's like those are principles where in certain fields, math is one of those things where once you get past like algebra 1 or something like that, you really don't need to know the details much higher than that unless you're going into something like engineering, I think. Okay, we banned Kaisa. Guess I just banned Fizz. Just like you really don't need to be an expert in like Macbeth or something like that, right? Unless you're going to be like a Renaissance English major. But some of those skills can be useful elsewise. Well, I don't know what people mean is like basics, right? I mean, they are teaching like basics, but the thing is, like, most basic stuff you can just figure out on your phone with a calculator or like look at Wikipedia. So I think people like, I don't think there are that many people in the United States that can't do like what is 9 times 6 type of stuff if we're talking about basics, right? I think the general population is like reasonably intelligent at really basic stuff. But if you're like critiquing some levels of cultural outcomes that we've had, in cultural shifts over a while, like that's not from a lack of being able to understand basics about things. I think that's from a lack of critical thinking and being able to discern and sort of sift through information. Kaisa banned. We do have a lot of AP. I'm just gonna go Maokai. I mean, pretty much until I start losing with him consistently. Because with Vayne, I mean, what? I pick like Nami or something, but yeah, I mean, word problems are used to illustrate mathematical concepts and to get people to apply it. But a lot of the I mean, they do use some real world situations, but most of the really broad stuff, like, or the really specific stuff that you get taught in high school and college, like, you don't need to know the specifics of a lot of those things unless you go really deep in the field, but just understanding kind of the concepts and the critical thinking behind some of those concepts can be useful. I think statistics and probability should be a mandatory class, or should show up a lot more, because that is something that comes up a lot, potentially, in different fields. As far as math goes, but and just understanding and being able to interpret like statistics and data and things like that. High school as a light buffet introduction. Yeah, but here's the thing, like something like 80% of people in the United States don't go to college or don't like complete a 4-year degree, right? So that's like, well, that's true. I mean, college is advanced for a lot of people, but I mean, if you're like a really high performing student, it's not going to be like probably that difficult, right? There are some fields that are harder than others, like engineering's probably a really hard undergraduate major, but you know, if you're just doing business or psychology or something like that, you know, you'll learn some stuff. It'll be good, but it shouldn't be like backbreaking. I mean, once you get into like grad school and things like that, that's where stuff gets a bit more challenging. But grad school, I mean, a lot of grad schools are kind of just like, I don't know, ivory tower clubs. Like, I don't know. I did learn some like really good stuff in grad school, but like a lot of the very specific things I'm not going to use a lot. But some of the concepts are kind of helpful. Heh. Architecture is hard, yeah. My wife was undergrad architecture. Like, stuff like physics is hard for a lot of people, chemistry, math, you know. A lot of the hard sciences are challenging. I mean, there's a reason that those types of degrees oftentimes, you know, end up getting like pretty strong paying jobs out the gate. Shit. Okay, Jarvan's top. Okay, so we have to like 8 minutes, 7.5 minutes on the Ezreal flash. Okay. What? How did they see that? Oh, Senna just placed it? Ezreal still had his E, and I could not afford to get E'd under tower again. Trying. I don't have flash. What? How did Senna fuck that up so hard? I don't know why she flashed forward. That seemed really rough. It's like, I don't know if you missed the memo, Senna, but like, you're not meant to be melee. I don't know if math majors get 300K. I mean, it depends on your job, but that is a nice, that is one where people say you can get paid a lot through, like, actuaries, like, calculating risk and stuff for insurance companies. Things like that. And they're probably on drag. Yeah. Jarvan's huge. I feel like if Senna just, like, I don't know how Katarina screwed up. Like, Bard literally walked into her. But just let Bard flash or something, you know? Like, I could have thrown seeds into the brush and, like, worked them down, too. Oh, they don't know how to do math properly. Well, whoever's doing payroll at the company is going to know math probably well enough not to give them 300K as a 22-year-old with an undergrad degree. Unless they're just, like, godlike. Alright, well, Fifi's going off. He's got to chill and scale, probably. So fucking annoying when they run around the back way like that. But I guess Katarina can't, or like won't ward that. This is where I talk about this all the time. One control ward, just put it right there. If you're Katarina, I'll guarantee you on one of these backs, she had 75 gold. You just get one control ward and just put it right there and it shuts that shit down. They have a control ward there. What? How do they have a control ward in our jungle and we don't? I mean, she told us to back up. I mean, I should have been looking at middle, but but profit 75 gold. It only gave the bot lane 500 gold off of that roam. Yeah, now they can just camp the shit out of Fiora because there's no dragon bottom. Echo probably... she got out of it, though, which is nice. I guess he is getting her camps. So many people have figured out about the Essence Reaver on Ezreal. I think it makes him so much better. But yeah, I mean, I should have noticed that Annie left. So, I mean, it's on you to notice that kind of stuff. But it certainly would have been helpful if there was a ward. You should always have a, like, if you're in high platinum or diamond, you should always have a ward. Really in any elo, but definitely at those elo brackets. Fuck, I'm just dead, aren't I? Probably. What? How did that stun me? I should have W'd it. That's weird. And sent it back instead of rotating with me. I guess I shouldn't have gone up there. I was trying to help the Katarina out, but it's not good. My Bard doesn't have his ult. What? He's gonna flag and drag over it, isn't he? Fuck, where the hell is Katarina, man? It's gonna be a massacre. Yeah, if we're gonna do that, Cat had to come immediately. But she went middle instead. I should have maybe cleared out that control ward, but that was probably a bad dragon. I thought they were a lot weaker than they were. Oof. Where the fuck did Cat go? Dude. Dude, this Cat's positioning like really makes me want to cry. Why did she chase this far into the jungle instead of just turning and killing the Annie? Like, if she had just been there to turn and kill the Annie and get resets, then Echo and I both would have lived. And that previous dragon fight probably would have gone better if she was there too. She's just making like all the wrong decisions. Or at least the decisions that aren't matching what the rest of us are doing. That's twice that Echo and I have been effed over by the Cat, like, going rogue. We can still scale back into it, but so much harder than it needed to be. I mean, I guess I should have noticed that she was running through the jungle instead and just given up on the play. Yeah, Senna's dead. Annie might rotate on me. God, she's 4 levels higher than me. Holy shit. Can't, Fiora. You want to come do anything? Damn, that was brutal. Well, I don't want to be mean. I mean, I really want 20 bucks, but I don't want to flame somebody for 20 bucks. Hey, what's up, Threx? So far, we're 0-1. I don't fully understand the, Jesus. Yeah, we're just getting zerged. Like... Maybe we're just not used to playing these champs or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm not having a great game. It's like, anytime I go into these fights, it feels like we just hard lose them. Maybe I just need to stay back more. But it always looks like it's close enough, right? Like, they're really low on health. Like, maybe we can get them, but then we just get blown out. I really honestly don't even feel like the Senna's doing that bad. Okay, here we go. 3 kills for Cat, hopefully.
Sorry, I am late. Just heard you say you wanted 20 bucks. Unfortunately, I am a poor college student.
I appreciate it, Black Falcon. Well, context-wise, Duck said he would donate 20 bucks if I told this Senna she's not allowed to play Senna anymore. And I said I really wanted the 20 bucks, but also didn't want to be, like, mean to the Senna. Because to be honest, like, I really don't, like, feel like she's doing that poorly. Are we just gonna 50-50 this or something? I appreciate the Echo trying, but I was basically dead if she wanted to commit all of those cooldowns. He doesn't have ult yet. I cannot believe she ran me down that fast, though. I mean, I guess she did have Proto. I had Shrine, though. And she was walking through my seed. Like, she got hit by the seed. That was just rough. But thanks so much, Blackfire. I do appreciate it. I wasn't trying to, like, beg for money, though. I'll always take money. I could always use some money. But I wasn't trying to guilt trip anyone into, like, donating. Jesus. Jeez, we do have supers in our base. I don't even know if we can... It's going to be a 2v3. Okay, he's just going to try to go for a steal. Nice. Ugh. Yeah, you gotta watch out for that Ezreal. Yeah, this Dustblade Essence Reaver Ezreal build is pretty damn good, to be honest. I've seen a lot of Ezreals doing that. I didn't... People have been doing Dustblade for a while, but I did predict that Essence Reaver was gonna be, like, really good on him. And it is. If I do say so myself. His win rate didn't go up that much, but I think for, like, good Ezreal players, he seems like he's definitely tier 2, maybe even tier 1. If you're good with that Essence Reaver Dustblade build. It just fixes so many problems that you don't have to rush Manamune anymore. He still has tier, but I feel like it just gives you, like, the Essence Reaver finally gives you a single item power spike where you're actually respectable again at one item. How much damage? Okay, I guess it's not done like an insane amount. It's only done 1,000 damage, but... When did they even get the inhibitor? I can't even remember when they got that. But, okay. I'm gonna be really late to this. I'm not gonna be able to get him, I don't think. Maybe. God, get this damn Bard off me. Fiora is coming to get him, I think. Wait, what? Who was that? I might get flanked, yeah. Okay, he's dead though. Alright, I'll take it. Please, Senna, just damage. Just damage. Okay, Cat's got him, I think. Nice. Can they do that? I don't think they can do Dragon off of that. What do I even get here? I guess just Staff of Flowing Water. I mean, it is pretty good. I guess we'll get it. It's always a problem if I get to this third item point, because it's like, obviously Demonic Embrace is very good, but it's also really expensive. The Giant's Belt is a lot better than just an Amp Tome on me. Forbidden Idol or whatever is worthless, so I just have to sit on an Amp Tome until I get, you know, like 1,800 more gold. Did he get it? Oh my god, are you serious right now? Oh my god. Can't get to him? Alright, this set is pretty worthless. I'm gonna side with you there. Dustblade 700 damage, so. Any thoughts on J4? I mean, this J4 is making it look good, but I think he's not that great compared to other champs in the meta right now. I did release a tier list video earlier today. I think Katarina's okay. She's just a cleanup machine. Well, don't refund it. I mean, obviously I want the money. I just didn't want you to feel like I was having to, that I was like, I don't know, try to guilt trip anyone. Yeah, I don't know if Senna just wasn't doing any damage to that J4. She like was not kiting him close enough to the wall where I could W over. I was like 1 pixel away. I didn't see how much damage Rageblade did. Yeah, not a lot. What is DS? Divine Sunder? I don't know about that for ADC Senna? It does have a good win rate. Low sample size, but it does have a really good win rate. Maybe. I mean, I don't understand, but like that's what most people are getting, and that is one of the highest secondary items on her. No, Jason went to sleep, so yeah, I just played a couple of games by myself. Well, I don't know. I mean, 60,000 other people are getting it. Like, it's the second highest build by far and one of the highest win rate builds. So I don't understand it, but I mean, it's mega popular and has a high win rate. So it's hard to argue with that. Like, you know, the meme Ash build with Mandate or whatever was mega popular, but it wasn't, like, it didn't have the win rate to back it up compared with other items. But this one actually has a really high win rate, and it's popular, so... I mean, it does seem odd because the attack speed is basically a wasted stat, but I think it's because you're getting the on-hit, and you don't have... Because, I don't remember all of her numbers, but she gets penalties to crit. Like, they're not... Crit is not as strong on her because she gets so much of it for free. So translating that over to on hit doesn't get penalized. I believe that's probably the thought process, but I'd have to watch a video on it. I'm sure someone like Sneaky probably has a video on it. Sneaky loves those meme type of builds. So usually I'm anti-meme build, but like it's hard to argue with that just because of how strong it is. It's like 6 times the pick rate of the second highest item, and the fact that it has, you know, one of like pretty close to the highest win rate. I mean, that Senna, what, like, I don't know. It's kind of a bad game for Senna, too. Like, they had so many tanks. Like, that Jarvan, I mean, his build was pretty powerful. He just got so far ahead. I mean, he just basically went for the unholy trinity of tank and damage items. Right? He went Gore Drinker, Ravenous Hydra, Sterix. All of them got nerfed. All of them still strong. And then I think he just got Spirit Visage after that. And I mean, I had the Putrefier, so I was cutting his healing by 60%, but that last fight felt like it should have been winnable for sure, because I split Jarvan off from everybody else. I just ulted and it hit everyone else. I think the issue was we just didn't have any, like, I don't know, anyone in there to take damage, right? Like, everyone was really squishy on our team. And we didn't, like, and we were all sort of just melee. I don't know. We just didn't have enough juice. Well, I thought that said Shyvana for a second. Cheyenne, okay. Like, Katarina basically has to wait until people are kind of already dead to go in, so they just had such a beefy front line. And then, you know, Echo really needed either a good stun or something else. And I don't even... Was Fiora even there? Maybe we weren't all there either. I feel like someone got caught immediately as well. Senna's so broken you can buy any item. I'm not sure about that. I think there's a pretty big drop-off after, you know, your main 1 or 2 items. A lot of these are small sample sizes and do have high win rates. Gale Force is bad. I mean, there are a lot of things with pretty good win rates, though, to be fair, but... And I mean, a lot of her power is just in her abilities, right? That she has a heal, you know, on her Q. She's got the big shield and damage on her ult, the CC, the little cloud stuff. So she is the type of champ that's not as item dependent as other champs, but I really don't think she's at a 55% win rate. I think she's probably at like 52, if I had to guess. I mean, she's good. I have her in tier 1, but I don't think she's like so far out of the ballpark compared to something like Miss Fortune, Kaisa, or Jin. I think they're all like, you know, similar. She's got 51.7% win rate in ADC right now. I mean, if you had to pick one and say this champion is like universally considered OP for the ADC role, it'd probably be Kaisa. If you like polled, you know, 100 analysts or whatever, or people that, you know, think critically and are paying attention to League of Legends metagames and stuff like that, you'd probably say Kaisa. I think that Miss Fortune is really strong. Her win rate is lower, but I certainly don't think that Senna is like completely like on a different level than Kaisa, Jin, or Miss Fortune. If the man who designed the champ named items to build on Senna, do you believe that or the memers? Well, I believe like 60,000 games worth of statistics and like what the win rate is on that. I mean, ethos matters as far as like game design and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's hard to ignore certain numbers. Like, people can say whatever they want. And, you know, if it was a smaller, like, sample size, I might agree with that, right? If it was only, like, 10 to 20% of the games played were building that item and it was a high win rate, I'd say, all right, it's situational, it's one tricks, it's people goofing around, something like that. But when it's the most built second item by a factor of 6 and it has a 56% win rate, which is about on par with the other two items, like I said, theoretically, I'd have to watch a video. I don't fully understand it, but it's hard, like, numerically and statistically to deny that it's a powerful option just based on that. You talking about, well, you can get it with Ginsu's. People probably get it with Ginsu's and those other items. Like, you can only get one mythic, you know what I mean? Oh, you're talking about Seraphine? Oh, my bad. Yeah, Seraphine is OP. I agree with that. Not necessarily in the 80 carry. I mean, she does have a high win rate, but low sample size. She's pretty good in 80 carry, but definitely a supporter mid laner. I think she's too strong. So I agree with that one. Yeah, I don't like seeing Yumi, although I do have a good win rate against her. I agree. I think Seraphine needs more nerfs. The nerf they gave her, I mean, it did pull her down 1% in support at least. They did hit her shield. Like, the damage on her attacks don't really matter. Like, it does matter in the laning phase a little bit, but you're not picking her to hard dominate lane. Like, that's just a side effect. Like, she's pretty good at lane, but it's really like her scaling that's a problem. They just need to nerf Moonstone is what they need to nerf. She's just too good with that rune, or that item rather. They need to just hit Moonstone. It's too strong on too many champs. I personally think. I know people in my chat may not like to hear that, but I'm just being real. Jesus. Yeah, he has Ignite and you have Ghost. Why are you trying to 1v1 him level 1? But if they think that Seraphine specifically is too much of a problem, like, they should just nerf her shield again. She's too close. If I try to W her, she can just flash, flash under the tower. Is this Chaos over here? Who is this? The guy who, like, stands still while he's CSing? Damn. Oh, has he got him? Yes. Wow. Dude, that was so greedy. Why did he path back in towards the lane and not just run? He was out. Top 3 supports. Seraphine, Maokai, Rel. Leona's in the conversation too. Those are the top 4. Oh my lord. Kaisa died with flash. I think that's going to end very poorly for us if she goes into that. I mean, Udyr has a point-click stun, man. Like, what are you trying to outplay? They've got Yuumi for the heal, and Udyr has a point-click stun. God, these games are so freaking hard. I mean, I think something like Moonstone, I do honestly think it's a bad design, but they're going to keep it. Hey, what's up, David G? It's just too consistent. Like, there's no way to miss. It just works. And it says too much healing for how consistent it is with no cooldown. I mean, it's got like 2 seconds per wave or whatever cooldown. I don't think I need to maybe completely gut it, but they, you know, could maybe make it some kind of active, like just a buff that it gives your team whenever they do damage, they heal or something. Kind of like a water chain. Why is she standing right there? I don't understand this person's pathing unless they're just like trolling. Like trying to bait us into going into the river or something? Yeah, but I mean, that's not really a CD, let's be honest. I know people like it, but I think it should be an active. Or should maybe be like a stronger heal that pulses every 3 seconds and has like an on-target, or like 6 seconds and has an on-target cooldown. Basically like a mandate in reverse for healing. Something like that, instead of just something that's always on. I mean, I guess, like, they want it to be good in, like, sustained fights. I don't know. It's probably okay, but, like, when you just look at the numbers on the item, right? Like, most of the time it's, like, 5,000 healing. That's just really out of whack when you see stuff like Mandate, you know, the average is probably, like, 2,000 damage in a game. It seems once you start getting up to numbers, like, 4,000 or 5,000 probably on average, and then, like, really crazy case scenarios go into like 10,000. It just seems like those numbers are just too much for how consistent it is. Like there's very little failed cases on that item. And I would, you know, they could buff other items to like compensate. I don't think enchanters are too strong. I just think that Moonstone is probably a little too strong. Fuck. This Vayne with this hail of blades is really annoying. I'm just getting blasted. Yeah, I can't do anything, dude. I'm low on health, and you picked a weak-ass laner. I mean, Vayne is weak too, but she's got upgrades. We need Skarner to come down. Okay, is Katarina coming to our rescue? I can't step up to that. She's just gonna hit me. I just want to heal a little bit. How did she get that kill on me? Dude, she was dead. Come on. Come on. She died and then the condemn hit me? So troll. I mean, it's still a 2-for-1, but it should have been a 1-for-2 clean. I was trying to get out of vision. I knew there's like a decent chance I'd die if I go on that, but pretty sure she flashed also. I mean, it's almost always a standstill in bot. Like, if you watch pro games, most bot lanes are like mega standstill. Yeah, this Vayne's probably from at least D3 or higher last season. This guy's pretty good at like using his max range on everything. Udyr is strong right now. I mean, they've nerfed him a lot. I have him as #1 jungler. Skarner, I think, is pretty good too. Come on, it's dead. Damn it. So I should not have walked that way. Should have known Vayne was coming up. Oh, no one's there? Okay. Dude, I was gonna have a freaking heart attack if she got a kill off of that. That was very close. Skarner should have pulled him further back. He stopped pulling him. I don't know how her CS is so bad. Like, our Kai'Sa's CSing better. Because, like, Vayne's... It's hard to describe. It's like she's just getting every little auto attack she can get in there. Even though, like, her movements are really kind of weird, because she stands still so much, instead of, like, wiggling. Usually you start to see, like, D2 and D3, the wiggle. Okay. Darius is going. Okay, alright, we're getting back in there. Fuck. Well, that might be game right there. Fuck, she came in from around the top. I didn't even see her come in from that way. How did she even get that angle? She's probably duoed with this Yumi also. I mean, I was as high as D3 last season too, but... Yeah, it definitely feels like she's outclassing quite a bit of our team. I mean, she probably walked over the ward. I saw her when she tumbled in invisible. I should have pinged it. A lot of other people didn't see her. I was immediately trying to reposition. She's not having QSS yet. Yeah, we gotta go shut her down. How the hell did we lose that? Kai'Sa never ulted? What? Like, we had Vayne tied up, Skarner ulted Vayne. I ulted Vayne and hit her. I W'd Vayne. How does Kai'Sa not just... As soon as Skarner ults, how does Kai'Sa not ult to the other side of Skarner to reposition and isolate Q the Vayne? I'm like, how does that not happen? Was she, like, chain CC'd or something? Because that would have gotten around the Yuumi ult also. Because she could have repositioned to, like, the Raptor pit, right? She could have ulted to, like, right here. And then she would have had the wind thing to be able to move around also. Was her ult just not up? Or is it just diffed? Because it feels like that was a great engage. We should have had him. What the... Why did everybody give up on this play? Did Yone knock everybody up or something? I don't know. I'm gonna go back and rewatch that. So she didn't have her ult for the fight? What the hell? Oh, cat jumped away. Jesus Christ. That champ's gonna be so difficult to deal with. Oh, wait, I thought I killed Udyr. No, I killed Garen. I tried to flash and W the Vayne, but I think she either flashed out or tumbled out with invisibility. Well, she could have still ulted on the other side of the champ, I think. I don't know. It feels like something could have happened that was better there. I need to get Oblivion Orb. As much as I really want to be able to finish, Jesus. Wait, did they already get Baron? No, Baron's not even up yet. Feels like this game's just so accelerated right now. No, she doesn't have Quicksilver Sash yet, so that's our one sort of thing we have going for us here. Kai'Sa's coming online a little bit. Oh my god. God, this Vayne is such a pain in the ass. She does have a freaking Quicksilver Sash now, yeah. That to say, at least we can get her with Skarner. I don't have my ult. Okay, she's middle. Can we get a play here? Here she is. Almost dunked him. This feels like it's just like, this Vayne's just like hard smurfing. Well, yeah. I mean, what elo are you in though, Marco? Like, this guy's literally like D3 on this account, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was higher than that on some other account. Yeah, I mean, if you're platinum lower, like, you're not gonna see you're not gonna see a Vayne like this, because Vaynes aren't like this in platinum. It's like very subtle, just positional things, but he's just like he just gets every single auto attack he can get. Okay, well, at least our Rootadoo deer. Okay. We might be able to win. We did get the Vayne right there. We do have the damage to kill her if we get a hold of her. This Udyr feels like a pretty serious weak link. Hopefully. He's gonna ult her, isn't he? Or did he ult me? He may have ulted me. I mean, if it's that Vayne, yeah, I'll take that Vayne on my team, sure. But to be fair, I'd take a D3, you know, almost anything on my team if they're good. Actually, some of the guys that we had, I think we had a D3 on our team a game or two ago, and they got totally stomped. Yeah, this Vayne's good. And the thing is, like, if you have Yuumi plus Vayne, like, once they get to 2 or 3 items in some of these fights, they're pretty good. Darius almost has his flashback. That was our grab. Dude, okay. Okay, she entered for that one. Yeah, Vayne is one of those champs where it's like there's no like okay Vayne, right? It's either a really good Vayne or most of them are bad Vaynes. Now she does. I mean, Vayne. It's hard to argue as much as I usually don't like Vayne on my team. She does have a high win rate right now. You know, she's got like 52, 53% win rate. So people are winning on her. I just usually don't like her, but if you get out of the lane, she can be pretty strong. I just think Kai'Sa's usually a better version of Vayne, but. I need to try to get some vision down, but did Vayne get another kill? Yeah. About ready to get some tendies, son. Dude, you can't be using flash like that though, man. Yeah, you can't just, like, chase a random Yone with a flash. Like, I probably shouldn't have even used Ignite on Udyr. Because, like, that's the only way we're killing her. Like, we're not going to run at her and get her. Stride Breaker allows you to dash forward and slow somebody for a certain length of time. I mean, the Vayne is good, but it's also, like, a Yuumi on a Vayne who's probably a duo. Like, that combination is just really nasty because the extra movement speed and attack speed is just so strong on Vayne. Oh my god. Okay, we got Dragon up. Vayne can probably solo Baron right now. Solo with Yuumi, that is. I really need to Putrefier. Well, I mean, my ult, like, I'm just using my ult to try to hit as many different people as I can. It's probably not going to hit Vayne, to be honest. She's so mobile. Unless she's, like, right on top of it. Yeah, she basically soloed Baron. Alright, see you, Kamoy. I mean, it's just so hard to beat this right now. Because of the QSS. We can't beat her, man. It's just the fucking invisibility. I like flashed and W'd her, but like you literally cannot beat it. I just reduced one fight with Chemtech Purifier, 2700 healing, And she bought a Mikhail's Blessing. She literally bought a Mikhail's Blessing as her final item. So she had QSS, Mikhail's Blessing, and then Ardent Censer and Moonstone to buff her up, and Yumi's ult, and Yumi's like movement speed and attack speed. I mean, she literally has 26 kills. Yeah. No. I mean, we just got diffed. I mean, what is that dude's... I gotta see what that dude's win rate is. So it's not like insanely crazy. Was he... Who was the Yumi that game? Snowy. Okay, so I guess he doesn't usually duo with Snowy. I mean, it's hard to tell the Yumi. Like, the Yumi was okay, but... Yeah, you'd think he'd have a higher win rate than that. But, I mean, I guess 73 or 74 on your main is pretty good. I mean, he was a huge part of it, but, like, the Yumi was a big deal, too. Like, if he didn't have the Yumi, we might have actually been able to deal with him. But it's just, like, the AoE, like, route with the Yumi and the heal and all that other stuff I mentioned with Ardent Censer is just over the top. So, yeah, good player in general, but the Yumi certainly did not make matters any better. The thing is, we didn't even do that bad. I don't feel like bottom. Like, she just got several cleanup kills. And, like, there were 1 or 2 jungle fights where she got a triple kill and a quadra kill. I feel like the Kaisa wasn't even doing that poorly. We just got, like, team diffed. Or, like, I mean, it was just the Vayne. Like, just straight up. Oh, man. Don't hit me with the Taric mid. Thank you. Now, is Razorbeak... Is that the big bird or the small birds? If it's 900 HP, that's probably big bird, right? Yeah, I have to assume that's the big one. Krugs are such a divisive camp, too, by the way. So I'll ban Fizz and just hope they don't, like, first round Seraphine. I mean, we just got smurfed, basically. Yeah, I'd probably say smurfed rather than diffed. I mean, it's two sides of the same coin, but I don't feel like it's not that we necessarily played like bad. She just played way better, and just like had the setup, had the champ for it. Wow. Master Yi's gonna be rough, but I do not want to give them Seraphine. God, if they pick like Leona plus Tristana into this, though, it's gonna be a rough time. Yeah. Zen. Yeah, they're nerfing jungle a little bit. Oh, so it's Trist mid? Okay, so yeah, I think they're hitting some of the big camps, but yeah, like I was saying, and I think I got sidetracked. I've heard some people say that like golems are worthless and you should never farm your golems because they take too long. And then I've heard some, and then there are obviously pro players that farm golems sometimes, and people that swear by golems because, they give the most golden experience. They say golems are like really strong. So it's kind of weird. I don't think jungle as a role is that OP. I mean, it's a structural thing more so than like the jungle's just like, I don't know. They can nerf it a little bit, but it's just like the thing is that you can just roam and influence the map so much in the early game, and that's just never going to change unless you just make jungle to where they always have to farm and there's no way they can ever gank. But that can have some massive ripple effects too on the meta, depending on how difficult you make the jungle, because right then the lane dominant champs are going to be even more oppressive and even stronger than they already are if there's going to be no jungler help coming. So it just depends on the types of champs, I guess, that people like to play, but I really feel like jungle's not that far out of line. Certain junglers maybe, but I think jungle as a role is not that far out. And I mean, they're not nerfing it that hard. They're just like knocking off like 10 gold off of most major camps. So, but I mean, that does add up, right? If on a full clear you're losing 50 or 60 gold, depending on the jungler, that can have some ramifications there. I mean, one of the big things is they just gave junglers like an extra, 1,000 gold at the start of the preseason. Because they changed the jungle items. That's just going to favor more hard tank, hard farm junglers, though, if they do that. Because, like, if the assassins can't, like, farm and get their gold, then the tanks just have much higher baseline value. Right? Like, Udyr and Skarner don't need that many items to be effective. But, like, your Graveses, your Kha'Zixes, and stuff like that, they need a lot more gold. So, it's going to nerf, like, the carry junglers if they nerf the jungle like that. But those are, like, not even the highest win rate junglers right now. Like, the biggest problems in the jungle are the Skarner and Udyr, I think. And then, like, maybe Rammus. I like Platinum and lower. You don't see Rammus that much, but just anything that's like a super fast tank is strong. They probably are going to have to nerf they either need to nerf Kim Tank or Deadman's again, I think. I'd probably nerf Kim Tank. I think 2800. I thought it was cool that they were bringing that in, but I was just like underestimating just how strong that would be in non-support roles. So they probably need to, I mean, they could give Kim Tank a couple more stats, like give it a little more armor and magic resist or something. Maybe give it 5/5 and then make it cost 200 more gold. Make it 3,000 gold, but basically cost neutral. Cost to stat, like give it the same percentage. Give it 200 gold worth of stats, make it cost 200 more gold. I think is what they're going to have to do. They could nerf Deadman's as well a little bit more, but that does hurt like some collateral champs. Like Bard and things like that. You sure you want to invade that, man? I'm really surprised Ali didn't go on that. He may have thought there was a gank coming in. I cannot let him engage on me. If he engages on Aphelios, I might be able to do something, but it's a bad ward, but I just can't go any deeper. I don't think. Nice, okay. I'm backing up. I don't have any gold. He really wants this plate. It'll give him solo plate too. Which is nice. Okay, gotta remember not to go mandate here. I'm so used to automatically going mandate. What Malachi skin is this? Songstress Malachi. It would have been nice if I had exhaust right there, but... And it's rough. That's not great.
Easier to hear someone else than hear yourself.
About to get me some tendies! Dude, some of that shit is so cringe. Like some of that terminology from Wall Street Bets. But it's kind of growing on me. It's sort of funny. Meme terminology. I used to really hate the word pwned when that came out like in the early 2000s or something, and then I'm just like, you know, it's kind of a funny word in the right circumstances. I relate, Alistar. Alistar is rough, man. That's why I always have him a little bit lower than some other people might on tier lists, just because you go in, like, there's just so many things that, like, bad things that can happen to you when you go in as Alistar. You just don't have the damage that a lot of other supports have in the early game. He does have a premier engage, but he's just lacking a lot of other tools. Although he can be strong in the right circumstances. I'm not sure if we win that or not. She's up a pickaxe. It's pretty significant at this point in the game. We don't know where... we don't know where he is either, and I don't have great vision control right now. Alright, she has very low souls so far, so we're keeping her off souls, which that's really the most important thing. Oh my god. Really? Aphelios didn't even touch her? No, I'm not holding any meme stocks. I told people to get out of it when it was in the 300s. It has kind of been hanging out at a certain... I mean, I might put a little bit of money on, like, selling the volatility on it. I prefer to sell volatility. I think that's, like, the one... If you're going to do some kind of trading type of strategy that is not just, like, buy and hold high-quality companies, then I think selling volatility is the best thing to do. So, like, selling options. Because volatility is always overpriced relative to historical volatility. So, you can give yourself a pretty good, like, high percentage play if you're selling volatility. Because it's just like basically like you're an insurance company to somewhat for stocks, so. So that's what I recommend. It does require a bit more capital. So you gotta have a little bit of money to do it, or you have to do like spreads. Okay. But yeah, like that's pretty much, if you just manage your risk appropriately, that is a space where you can get a lot of extra money is off of selling vol. It's not as sexy as throwdown, you know, buy like $1 billion out of the money call options on a meme stock, but it's, you know, you can pull off like, you know, even doing like 85% probability trades and stuff, like you can get 12-15% a year off of that by selling volatility. So I would rather have that rather than, you know, like having a 50-50 chance to get 20% return versus losing. I don't know. The strategies I use are really a lot better for sideways markets, and I think we're still in a bull market, but I don't know. I just like to be a little more conservative. I think the GameStop play is over. I don't think it's going back to 300. Now, it might hang out in the 50s or 60s for a while, but... I don't think they're going to see a massive influx. It just caught a lot of the hedge funds off, or at least a couple of them, off guard. But like a lot of that price action was moved by hedge funds, right? They saw the potential of this Wall Street's bet, like movement, and like the volatility it was going to cause early, like for a little bit. And then it was like big institutional money that made the huge moves. I mean, are we not going to protect this tower? So, like, there were definitely an influx of new investors that were doing stuff, but, you know, the whole narrative, it's like sticking it to Wall Street. I'm like, Wall Street was in on that too, right? Like, yes, that one hedge fund lost out, but there's more than just one hedge fund on Wall Street, right? Like, a lot of the other hedge funds say, hey, we can jump on this guy, or we can jump into this trade and make a lot of money real quick. I mean, people forget, they compete with each other. Like, hedge funds are not all friends. They're not all one... you know, large organization. They compete with each other, and they have different views about things and different strategies and all that kind of stuff. But there's definitely a lot of hedge funds jumping in and pushing that stock up when it went up to like 300. That wasn't just, you know, Larry at McDonald's. Dogecoin. But yeah, I mean, if I say the same thing. Like, if you just want to buy some scratch-off tickets or something like that, if you're so inclined, then that's how I see those meme stocks, most of them. So if you like doing that, if you just have fun gambling, which some people do, there's nothing wrong with that. I just wouldn't put any money, you know, that you're not ready to lose in those stocks.
Stumble on this stage, but it sure does hurt more.
So when I'm doing a trade, I'm always just thinking, like, what happens in the bad scenario, right? Like, what's the worst case scenario that happens in this trade? And if you're buying calls on stuff like that, the worst case scenario is you lose everything, right? 'Cause it's basically lotto tickets. But if you're like selling puts on high quality companies, the worst case scenario is you get a high quality company at a lower price. Dude, that's Seraphine's just so freaking dumb when it comes to that, man. It's like single-handedly win. So it's like if you're selling puts on Apple or something like that, the worst case scenario is Apple goes down and you get a stock in a company that is good anyways at a cheaper price, and you get to keep the premium off of it. Real. Wow, that's discipline. Leaving it at 1/3 health because we're spooked about them spawning. I think we could have had that. That was a little too conservative. Alright, let's get that. But I can respect it. If you do want to do like high risk stuff, I think Kathy Wood is a good person to follow.
Nothing better than a good song.
She's had some really good calls in the last like 5 years. Most famously for Tesla, but she's got a lot of other stocks that are pretty good too. I thought Yi was gonna alpha my ult for sure, but
You can't keep your soul inside.
come on, Shelly, live! Yes! You should get double LP if Shelly lives. I'm not a real... I know that LS and some other people say, like, sometimes you shouldn't take inhibitor. I think you should always take inhibitor. Unless it's, like, a pro play game. Just because the extra pressure just leads to so many advantages. Like, yes, you're... You know, it's going to push in and you're going to lose some CS. Like, maybe if it's sub 20, maybe, because there's no Baron to threaten. But, like, while they're there doing that, you can catch other people out, you can get more towers, you can take all of their jungle while they're pushed in. it gives you so much map advantage. It's like, okay, so maybe you're losing every minute 150 gold or something like that from what's pushing in. But, you know, if you just get 2 jungle camps in that minute, or if you get a dragon or a tower or, you know, Baron or anything like that, like there's so many other ways that you can make up for that difference in loss of CS, right? So unless you're literally just sitting there doing nothing, I think having the inhibitor down is a huge edge. Even if it's just taking all of their camps in the jungle. Or like wiping out all of their vision so that you're ready for the next, you know, Baron or whatever that shows up. Okay, good. We lost a pretty good chunk of games there. So yeah, I think it's extremely rare, and it would require like a very strong coordinated effort to make losing an inhibitor a beneficial thing for your team. I know that, you know, LS and other people theory craft it. Well, you're giving all that free gold and experience and stuff, but that's, you know, once again, that's if the enemy team literally does nothing. And meme Senna build. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't understand it. I'm just talking just straight statistical. I mean, really, the Zhen Zhao just got ahead early and just ran away with the game, pretty much. I mean, it's hard to deny those stats, but once again, I don't understand it on a theoretical level, because I mean, I agree that like the attack speed is really bad on her, but I'm assuming that the on hit is potentially better than the crit, because the on hit doesn't have a penalty and the crit has a pretty large penalty on Senna. So I would imagine, once again, I haven't watched a video on it, but that's what I'm thinking has to be one of the main motivations, is getting better like value out of your crits. Now I think if you crit, you get extra movement speed and stuff too. So you are losing out on that. I think you get movement speed off your passive, right, on crits. But even, yeah, even if we didn't end the game there, I still think that taking inhibitor at that point, I mean, that's going to allow us to get Baron, right? Because the inhibitor is going to be down for 5 minutes. I think it's 5. And so we're going to have all the vision and all the control over Baron. I should just try to, wait, you Jelly. Is this a streamer, or is this someone that... Is you Jelly a streamer? Or was that like a different way of spelling that name? I thought that was like a gold female streamer. Yeah, it is.
The black rose shall bloom once more.
I'll just get
Let's change the world.
I think I'm just gonna get defensive runes instead of AP. Oh, they are all AD except for... I guess I should have kept the double AD runes. If this really is her. Because she was in like a Twitch Rivals or something. Maybe it wasn't Rivals, but it was something like that. Yeah, she's live right now. Hopefully I don't get demonetized for looking at it. She's got 457. Well, she's moved. Last time I looked, she was gold, so she's definitely moving on up. If this is her. God, these commercials last so long on Twitch.
It can't be as simple as itemization. I know if I sing loud enough, they'll listen.
Of course, Queen. Dude, I don't want to simp, man. Come on. I don't know. I personally feel like it's just a little awkward when, like... I don't know. I don't want to hate on, like, dudes or anything, but it's just like... I mean, being nice is one thing, but, like, flirting or hitting on somebody that you have no chance with... I mean, I'm married. I don't want a chance with her. My wife's the best. But... I don't know. Sometimes I just cringe a little bit. I mean, sometimes it works, though. Who knows? Sometimes it works. You can't win if you never play the game.
Haven't heard a soul that wasn't at least a little wrong.
Sometimes it can just feel a little awkward, but... I mean, whatever, man. Dream big. When I was younger, I took a shot with, you know, some girls that were way out of my league. Well, girls, I really shouldn't have even tried to be in their league, because I'm like, I can't afford her. She's going to want me to take her out shopping and go to all these restaurants and crap. I was never thinking about that. I was like, oh man, she's hot and she's so nice. She seems fun. She seems pretty smart. She said something interesting about Shakespeare in my class, or... Man, she's got an A in calculus.
In my dreams, I hear them sing.
There is no... Yeah, I mean, I guess you can't really lose. I just think it can make the social situation... Like, just like, it can make it a little awkward. But... I think sometimes you have a better chance if you're just, like, a lot more chill. In fact, I think a lot of times you have a better chance if you're just more chill. But...
People don't always listen, but that's no reason to keep quiet.
You go into debt to get noticed. Well, I mean, I think there is something to be said for subtlety and, you know, even if you're trying to get together with a girl, like, shit. I mean, we might die here if she's not careful. Like, Soraka does do some damage. You're gonna have to flash, dude. But whatever. I mean, dream big, have fun. I'll tell you, like, the way that I ended up getting my wife to give me a chance was to have more of kind of a chill subtlety thing. And it was like, right when I realized that, I didn't really realize that until like in my early 20s, to just have a bit more chill. Like, I wasn't like, whatever, but I set my game up for sure in my early 20s. And that's when I was able to better get a chance with my wife. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't think we'd actually get the kill. I don't think she flashed. You can't lose if you don't play. Oh, true, yeah. So, I mean, there is a certain take on it where it's like, if she says no, whatever, who cares? You know, if you're trying to hit on a girl, but, there's also, like, if you're actually trying to get dates and stuff like that, then I think being chill can be nice. Because if you don't make it too socially awkward, even if she's not interested in you, you know, she might have friends that she could hook you up with. Or you just get to know them, you know, organically. Like, you're just kind of like, having friends that are girls are good. Where's Kane? Okay, Kane's middle. Was that just not attacking her for like 10 seconds? Like, it looked like the dragon was like stun locked or something. Like that one guy that got some streamer a hot tub. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it happens too. Like, it's just mostly guy gamers, but I'm sure there are like some hot guy streamers that, you know, gay or bi gentlemen or whatever, probably donate a lot of money to them too, you know? So it doesn't just happen to girls, but it's like... And there are probably some girls that donate, you know, stuff over to hot guy streamers, but gaming is still largely dominated by men. That's just how it is for now. It's changed a little bit, but... What? The fuck? I had barrier. How much damage did that Q do? 315 damage off of one Q? That's half my health. Dude, come on. Well, that's very disappointing. Actually, I guess I'll just wait. So I could have barriered, but Jesus Christ. I mean, I know he got Sheen, but... What? How did it do that much damage? Sheen adds 68 damage, and Q probably does... I guess 200 or something. I mean, he did get a higher percentage AD ratio on his Q. I guess Conquer was probably stacked up also. Oh, did he have W on me? Did he? If he had the W, it makes sense. But I don't remember seeing a W on me. Yeah, that was my bad. Okay, cool, man. I'm glad. I mean, I would be rooting for us too. I'm rooting for her. I want to win. I fucked that up, though. I should not have died. I think going in on the Soraka was maybe okay. Maybe it wasn't. Okay, well, if I did have W on me, I should have respected it more. Okay, well, that was my bad then. Okay, so Kane's there. Well, that's, I mean, she stepped her game up. Last time I saw, she was, okay. She was like gold 4 or something. But maybe that was a Smurf or something that I saw her on. But she may have just gotten better. That was a couple of seasons ago. Okay, nice. Yeah, Ezreal's a terror, man. No, like this new Essence Reaver build on Ezreal. Oof, I actually threw my E the wrong way. I tried to spam it as fast as I could and then get the hell out of there. Easy's good in solo queue. If you're good on him, I don't think he's going to be over 50%, but yeah. New Wardstone item. Oh, yeah, it's bad. I've talked about it before. You're basically paying 600 gold for the rights to hold another control ward and place it on the map, which is just too much. Like, if you really want to keep your control wards around, then yeah, you want to get it if you're just like mega rich, but... Oh, it's blue Kane. Damn it. I should have gone for another armor rune. Instead of I went for a magic resist rune just for Soraka, but their whole team is AD, and I just wasn't paying attention. Fuck. Damn, it sucks I missed that. Oh, God. Should have watched out for that. Woo! Yeah, Blue Kane's gonna come down here and blow me up. Maybe LeBlanc can zone. She's doing a good job zoning. I'm just gonna complete Putrefier. 60% is a big deal. Versus Soraka with Moonstone. And then I'll complete my boots, and then we'll probably do Staff of Flowing Water after that. Damn, what an ult. Man, this champ's powerful. I can't believe no one's ever tried Seraphine before. Seems decent. Seems like an okay champ. I remember when I had over 400 viewers. You Jelly, I think, had like 400. I think viewers are harder to get on Twitch. I don't know. Like, if you're as big as she is, then you can probably snowball it. But at least it used to be harder to get views on. Ezreal's gonna come in and like throw Qs at it, and we're gonna lose it. Yeah. Well, she got it. Okay. Time to go. Yeah, I mean, you're right, DR. Like, she's an attractive young woman, too. I mean, I'm sure that certainly helps. I'm not trying to take away anything from, you know, what she's done. She's improved her game a lot from what I saw. She used to be gold, so hats off to her for that. But yeah, if you're just like, you know, an old white guy like me, you definitely need to be, you definitely do need to be Diamond Plus. Like, back when I started, you know, I was like low Diamond, high Platinum-ish, and I've been about the same. I think I've gotten better as a player, but everyone else has gotten better too. Now I have some unique stuff, but you know, it's kind of for the older crowd, I think, that can appreciate kind of the, you know, more thought-provoking conversations and stuff like that.
Everyone fights to be first.
I mean, part of it too is I just don't have any production value on my stuff hardly, you know. That's definitely a thing, that I don't have an editor. I don't pay to get it advertised in YouTube or anything like that.
Maybe the world's not ready for me. I don't mind waiting.
But yeah, I think I do have unique things about me. But there's just more competition too. Like one thing that used to kind of make me a little bit more unique was, you know, the fact that I try to do like real, like quality educational content and not just like meme stuff. But now you've got like pro guides, and the fact that I did support made me unique. But now there are other support streamers. There are, you know, like big money corporate, you know, like guides and things like that, pro guides and that type of stuff. Pro guides, Mobalytics, all that type of stuff. And, you know, when they are sponsoring people like Double Lift to teach, you know, classes and, you know, to build guides and stuff on champions, I mean, how the hell do you compete with that, right? I don't know. You can, and I'm trying. You know, I still enjoy it, but
We get as close to death as we
it's
feel alive.
it's definitely way more competitive than it used to be. You can simp for me. That's right. It's okay. I mean, honestly, my thought on simping in general is it's your money. Do whatever you want with it. That's what I think. It's like people spend money on stuff that other people think is stupid every day. Right? Like there are so many things that I think aren't like worth spending your money on, but other people buy it, right? And so if you want to give money to somebody, if it's a cute girl, whatever, it's your money. Like that's how I see it. It's like, oh, these guys are getting unrealistic expectations. They always have unrealistic expectations, even if they're donating money or not. As long as they're not promising something and, you know, not delivering on it, or as long as they are as long as they are avoiding like not doing what they're saying they're gonna do. That's a lot of negatives in there, but as long as it's clear what's going on, sure. Okay, they're gonna be like right there, I think. Maybe. In general, that's just kind of how I am. If it's two consenting adults like doing what they want to do, then that's probably okay as long as there's no coercion going on. My only exception to that is like hard drugs and stuff like that, just because it's just so destructive to communities. But can we get that? No, no one's in position. Alright, come on. Blue Kane's like right there. I mean, come on if we're going. What are we doing? Why? I feel like we just, I don't know, maybe we did have the damage, maybe we didn't. If this monkey comes after me, I can't.
People don't always listen, but that's no reason to keep quiet.
I feel like I'm walking on wards.
Hear the world in my voice.
Okay, I need to go get more wards. It's not my job to raise your kid. I mean, true. But, I mean, you do have to understand that if you are an influencer, then you do have an impact on, like, people do look up to you and things like that. But, you know, guys are just going to be attracted to cute girls. Like, that's it. If they're straight, you know. I don't know. It's complicated. But I think a lot of it just stems from... Such a bad fight. I could have maybe ulted sooner, but I didn't want to get Yasuo windwalled. So I was trying to like either wait on him to drop his wind wall or get a better position. It's just I was kind of cut off from the Caitlyn, and Wukong just like flashed and blew everything. And that was bad. That turned bad real fast.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Maybe it's time to change my tune. Joy's too quiet without sorrow.
Charles Barkley that made that point. And yeah, I remember. I mean, I'm sure there are lots of celebrities that have certainly thought something like that. Oh, are they going for Dragon? Okay. Yeah, I guess they're going for Dragon, and we're just gonna trade and get Baron for it. Yeah, because they have to stop Dragon. That is a good point. It's gonna be so difficult to try to zone this. Can't tell where he's coming from. Well, he one-shot me. I should have... I mean, it was like literal one-shot. I should have barriered. I did not think he was going to open on me. I think Ezreal... Yeah, Ezreal just hit me with... like a Q and everything too. Oh, he's got the damn Duskblade. I'm trying to think if I should go for like Hourglass or something. I kind of feel like I should go for Hourglass here. As much as I don't usually get that item, I'm just gonna get annihilated by Kayn unless I have Hourglass.
We fight for our lives every day. Every one of us.
It did work out. I could have barriered though, but I don't know. I think I have to have Hourglass against Blue Kayn. I usually don't like it because it's a very selfish item, and I'm always kind of the opinion that you should just position better and get stuff to help your team. But we really don't need Staff of Flowing Water like that much. It's obviously a really nice item, but it's better if I just don't die. That's always like number one as an enchanter. You have to not die, and it's hard to do that with Blue Kayn. Okay, there's the wind wall. Where can we go? Oh, Kane's over there. Can we get that? Or, alright, we're going after Kayn.
Couldn't lose the rhythm if I tried.
Oof. Ha! That barrier was a good thing there. What? I guess I should have just finished it. I was gonna try to protect the Caitlyn. Dude, seriously? 1200 off of like 1Q? I mean, we're not gonna be able to do anything here, I don't think. Jesus Christ, we're gonna be throwing this game. Why did we even contest that? It's like this third dragon. And I was dead. Yeah, I shouldn't have died. Caitlyn stuck around and did golems instead of backing, and I should have just let her die. It was either going to be me or Caitlyn. With Blue Cane, like he was on wards coming through. And Caitlyn should not have done that. And I tried to turn around and help her, and I died instead of her. But that's just it. Once one of us dies there, we lose a chance to go for soul. And we just have to suck it up and say, hey, we decided to trade golems for soul. And not give them extra kills. There are some armor. Yeah, I mean, people have some armor. But... it's, I mean, Blue Cane just does an absurd amount of damage when he has that much. And it's so hard for me to, like, deny... yeah, there he is. Just wait on that to come on cooldown. Oh shit, why though? Okay. Does he have ult? Oh shit, no we can't. Yeah, we gotta go over here. Yeah. I thought we had that tower down. Boys, can we stop? Just stop. Like, we're not that far ahead. It looks like we are, but we're losing fights. There's no need to take free damage. Okay, I think we just end this. Jeez. Alright. Yeah, Blue Cane's up. Whew. Man, that was a lot closer than it seemed like it should be, right? We had like 50 kills to 25. But well, it's like with Seraphine you have sustain, but then you also have like an instant shield, right? That gets around grievous wounds. And that was that's one of the big things that I think sets her apart from, you know, some of the other enchanters out there. She has a huge like AoE burst shield that also heals, and she has a massive, you know, AoE ultimate that charms and an AoE root that you can chain together with it. And her spells like are on a decently low cooldown. Yeah, and then when you just combine that with Moonstone and other things, you know, it's going to be pretty solid. But anyways, okay, well, I think that's probably going to have to be it tonight. It's about 4 a.m. I think we're, like maybe -1 game? I can't remember. I think we might be 2 and 3 or something. But yeah, I'll see if I can get some more Seraphine in. Seems really strong. I know people on the stream would probably like a change of pace for the Maokai. And when Clash is coming up next week, it'd be nice to have a couple of different options if we end up doing that. But anyways, okay, well, that's going to be it. Thank y'all very much. Be sure to check out, I did 2 new tier lists today. I did a jungle tier list and a mid tier list, and I'm going to do a top tier list tomorrow. AoE healed and shield, like, but it's different, man. I mean, yes, sort of. It's similar, but like, if you play the 2 champions, they seem very different, right? Like, her W is way more impactful than Sona's W is off of single cast. Her ultimate has much longer range. I mean, they are, like, somewhat similar, right? It's like, are Garen and Darius similar? It's like, right, they both have, like, melee abilities that do damage and an ult that executes. It's like, okay, they're similar, but they're different enough. So I'm not saying they're completely dissimilar, but, you know, calling her, like, Sona, I know. Well, I mean, it's hard to tell, because people make that argument. That's an extremely common argument. Is that she's Sona 2.0. And that, you know, they're critiquing the designer, saying it's a terrible design for a champs. It's just the same thing over and over again. And I'm like, it's not, like, groundbreakingly different, you know, like Aphelios or something. It's a lot more chill than that, but I think it's different enough. So, anyways, I always find myself defending Riot's designers on most things because I think people just give them a hard time when I think they do a pretty good thing. If I say something, I'm trolling. Okay, noted. When most of their decisions are pretty good. There are some that are bad. I don't like true damage on most champs. Like, I don't like when Conqueror did true damage. It still doesn't do true damage anymore, I don't think. It just heals. But yeah, so I think there are some design choices that aren't great. I don't like that. You know, there are things that I don't like. Like, I'm not completely a Riot cheerleader, but this thing just seems broken to me. Oh, there it is. Damage taken and healed. Yeah, Soraka healed way more than I did, but that is a big part of her kit. I don't know if we have shielding and healing. It doesn't have it. Ally shielding. Okay. So, oh, okay. She didn't do that, I mean, that much more. But, you know, she should do more raw healing than I do because she doesn't have any CC. But, like, my ults in at least, like, 2 of those fights, maybe 3 of them, were, like, really prime time, like, fight-defining ults. But anyways, okay, well, that's going to be it. Thank y'all very much. As always, I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow. I will do a top tier list for you tomorrow. Then I'll have some more content